how do we as therapists not take on the suffering of others as our own? This is a really important topic and something that I've been pondering for quite a few years. Um, I want to start by saying that there's no one-size-fits-all approach. There's no magic pill for this. Sometimes it just takes trial and error to figure out what works for you. But this is so important for the sustainability of our practice. Often if you go into therapy, if you're doing body work or psychotherapy or working with people and really seeing them in their wholeness, and that can also mean in their darkness and in their suffering, that you need to find a way to filter through and have some kind of a wall up so that their suffering does not become your own. Now, most people that are attracted to therapy are often empaths, so that means that we have really, really big hearts. And this is amazing, but that also means that we need to have some kind of tools in place in order to create that filter, to not allow it to come into our own lives and to our own hearts. Now, I want to share a little story to begin. I was working in Thailand quite a few years ago for an NGO that worked with people that were impacted by sex trafficking and exploitation. There was a lot of trauma, a lot of pain, and a lot of suffering. And I was definitely taking it on as my own. I did not have the tools to transform that. And I asked my colleague one day, I said, how do you do this? How do you work with so much suffering? And you're smiling all the time. You're so joyous, and I'm having such a hard time. How do you do it? And she said to me, well, at the end of every day, I just take a shower. I just take a shower and I wash it off. And I remember thinking, what? How is it possible that she just takes a shower and the suffering is transformed? Now, for me, that was not going to be the right approach. For me, I couldn't understand how this cleansing or this water could possibly transform the suffering that I was surrounded by and taking it on. But there's many other tools that you can use. So today, I want to share something that I think works very well, especially if you're a body worker, but it can work for any kind of therapist. And even if you're not a therapist, if you're feeling overwhelmed by suffering in the world, if you're feeling in a state of helplessness, this compassion meditation from Tibetan Buddhism, I think, will be quite a wonderful tool for you. So this practice is called Tonglen, and it means giving and receiving. And you can think of it like an air purifier for suffering. So often we think of this practice of transforming suffering or pain as I inhale the good and I exhale the bad, right? So often we do that in different practices. This flips that on its head. So in Tonglen, we are not afraid of pain. We are not afraid of suffering. We actually breathe it in on the inhale. We welcome it in. We transform it in the heart space. And then we exhale goodness. We exhale well-wishing. We exhale our positive thoughts. And so in this way, it is then transformed. And this is something you can do in your bodywork practice, in any kind of therapy, or in your day-to-day life. So when you're ready, if you'd like to try this experientially with me, you can go ahead and find a nice, comfortable seat. You can sit in a cross-legged position like I am right now, or you can come to sitting on your knees, or even lying down if that's more comfortable for you. And when you're ready, if it feels safe, you can softly close down the eyes and begin to take a few deep breaths as you arrive in your body in this moment. Just taking your time to land. Maybe softening the eyebrows, releasing the jaw, rolling your shoulders down the back as you feel your sit bones root into the earth, grounding you. And as you feel your sitting bones root into the earth, notice how the earth responds underneath you. And then we'll very classically just bring the attention to the breath, becoming curious about the airflow as it comes in through the nostrils, filling up the diaphragm, the ribs, the belly. And then exhale through the nostrils. Maybe you notice if it's easier to breathe through one nostril than the other. Maybe noticing the coolness of air as it enters and the warmness as it exits. And without judgment, noticing the quality of breath. Noticing if it's sticky or smooth. Feels open or restricted. Just bearing witness. Right here, right now. And then begin to draw your attention to the heart center. Noticing the area around your physical heart, the chest, the collarbone, the breastbone, the muscles around the front and the back of the heart, the beating of your heart. And then notice the energetic quality of the heart space. Maybe visualizing a light at the center of your heart. A white light, almost like a cloud of mist. And feeling that glowing mist-like quality expand with each inhale and each exhale. I invite you now to scan the body, noticing any area of discomfort or pain. It could also be an emotional quality that you're sitting with right now. It could be a sense of anxiety or grief or anger. For the purpose of this practice, choose only one physical or emotional quality to focus on. Now, often in our lives, if we feel something that's perceived as negative or painful or uncomfortable, we push it away. But over time, this grows and grows and grows. Unless we give it space, we acknowledge it and transform it. So the invitation here is to breathe in whatever discomfort or pain you're feeling on the inhale. Bring it into the heart space. And then exhale compassion for yourself. Inhale to zoom into whatever discomfort you're feeling without fear. Breathe it into the heart. Breathe into this mist-like quality. Purifying and releasing, exhaling compassion for yourself. And keep going just like this. Good. After your next exhale, come back to a natural breath and simply notice whatever you notice. We'll start to turn this outwards. I invite you to bring to mind someone who might come to you for therapy, who's holding on to a lot of pain, either physically, mentally, or emotionally. And if you're not a therapist, you could think of a friend or a family member that might be dealing with something very heavy. Take a moment to take them in, seeing them in their wholeness, in their lightness, in their darkness, and everything in between. Seeing the miraculousness and the beauty of their human experience. And then starting to invite in their heaviness, maybe their tension around their neck or their shoulders, maybe their sadness, maybe their tightness around the hips. You start to breathe it in without taking it on as yours, just as the recognition. This feeling of, I see you. And then bring your awareness to your heart center. As we start to transform this dark, maybe sticky energy at the heart center. Almost like sunlight meeting mist, transforming this darkness into light, into healing, into relief. And then as you exhale, offer your compassion outwards. Offer your good wishes. Offer your care. Your love. Your presence. Inhaling to receive. Exhale to release and offer out. Inhale to receive. And exhale to release. And bring your awareness to your heart center once again. Feeling that light quality around the heart. This beautiful, bright, glowing, sunlit mist. Letting your heart fill. Maybe taking this time to feel gratitude for your body, for this human connection, for this human life, for all beings. And then let that light spread from your heart down to your shoulders, into your arms, and into your hands. Feeling your palms tingling with a sense of love and light and warmth. When you're ready, you can softly place the palms over the closed eyes. Taking a few breaths here. Feeling that light trickle down into each cell of the body. And then softly, softly, blink the eyes open into the dark space of the palms. Spread the fingers wide to draw in light. And draw the hands to the heart center. Thank you so much for joining me in this Tonglen practice. I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your day.